Hello everybody, welcome again to the 1997 NR2003 Draft Series, to the last half-mile race of the year, the Haynes 500 at Martinsville Speedway. I'm Michael Paz alongside Darien Arnsdorff, bringing you the coverage, and we're going to start things off with our championship battle. In just 4 races, Bobby Hamilton has turned a 43-point deficit into an almost 150-point lead.
Indeed he has, Michael. It's great to be here in Martinsville, Virginia for another great day of racing. And yeah, Bobby Hamilton has absolutely turned it up in the last few races. 5 straight top 10 finishes, the last 4 of which being exactly in third. Imagine saying that in a stat line in the future. 4 straight third-place finishes for our points leader, Bobby Hamilton. Has him leading the points by 149 over Derek Cope, who's second in points. Dale Earnhardt Sr. is in third, 155 back, very close. So there's still a chance for still a championship fight in the end. Martinsville today is a short track. Like you mentioned, the last half-mile race of the 1997 season. It is a very, very tough track. When it's so flat, you can't really carry a lot of speed through the corners. Expect a lot of bump and maybe even dump and runs here today in this race to pass for position, because it's very difficult otherwise. Pit cycles, we're probably going to be expecting a bit of shenanigans potentially. Nothing new here for us in the drag series, unfortunately, but we might be looking at a 2-stop race here today, with pit stops probably around the 65-lap range, but we have to wait and see on that. Earlier this year, it was Morgan Shepherd who got in overall ahead of Ken Schrader. Ken Schrader won a very few races where he actually finished in the top 5, 1 of 3 for him in the 1997 season. So we're going to have to wait and see on that for him, as now we're getting some times coming in. Michael, seems like we're going to have a fun race on our hands here today at Martinsville.
Yes, we are, Darian. Thank you once again for that great analysis and little preview of what we're going to see today. And what we're not going to see today is actually the return of a driver. Randy LaJoie is finally returning to competition after his injury at Charlotte earlier this year. Jim Sauter was his replacement driver, but unfortunately we won't see him on track today because the 29 was not able to qualify for this race. Neither is his Diamond Ridge teammate, the number 41 of Lyndon Amick. So hopefully we'll see those Diamond Ridge cars out here again sometime soon. But in the meantime, let's focus on the 43 guys who made it here today. On pole in the number 3 car, Derek Cope, one of the guys in those championship fight. He's got a lot of points to make up on Bobby Hamilton, but starting in first at Martinsville is a really good chance to do so. Starting alongside him, the number 24, David Green. Then it's row number 2, the number 6 of Jeff Gordon, who's been on an absolute flyer of runs in the last few weeks, alongside the 98 of Bill Elliott. Row number 3, the 28 of Harry Gant for Robert Yates Racing, alongside the 21 of Bobby Labonte. Row number 4, the 77 of Robbie Gordon, with a really good qualifying run, managing to out-qualify Dale Earnhardt, who was leading the points for most of the season by 1/1000th. And to round out the top 10, it's Bobby Hamilton, your championship points leader. And definitely a surprise up here, the number 72 of Kyle Petty for Noble.
Absolutely incredible to see the 77, 98, and the 72 all up in the top 10. But we move on to the second half of your top 20 here today. Row number 6, we're going to see Rusty Wallace. He's starting next to Dale Jarrett. Very good qualifying run for Rusty Wallace. You know he's hungry to get a good run after how his season has been thus far. Moving on to row number 7, we're going to see Steve Clark, a multiple-time winner this season. He's starting next to Michael Waltrip. Waltrip still looking for even a hint of success in the 1997 season. Row number 8, we're going to see Mark Martin. Martin yet to win in 1997, but he's in a good position here today, starting in the top half. He'll be starting next to Elliott Sandler. Sandler of a team that has been struggling at Wood Brothers Racing, but good qualifying run for both cars here today for the Wood Brothers. Row number 9, we're going to see Jeff Burton and Ernie Irvin. Irvin, this year's Daytona 500 champion, showing some pace, some decent pace here today at Martinsville so far. And rounding out your top 20, we're going to see Johnny Benson Jr. starting next to Mike McLaughlin.
Then let's take a look at your back half of the field. In 21st, the number 9 of Morgan Shepherd, alongside the 14 of Kevin Harvick. Morgan Shepherd won the first Martinsville race earlier this year, as Darien pointed out. In 23rd, it's the number 33 of Terry Labonte alongside the 88 of Lake Speed. Then in 25th, it's the number 5 of Ron Hornaday Jr. for Hendrick Motorsports alongside the number 11 of Mike Skinner. 27th place, it will be the 38 of Ted Musgrave alongside the 44 of Matt Kenseth, a rookie who we've seen every now and then throughout the season so far. The 99 of Ricky Rudd in 29th, and to round out the top 30 will be the number 26 of Jeremy Mayfield.
And rounding out your field here today at Martinsville, row number 16, we're going to see Jack Sprang, the winner of the July Daytona race. He's starting next to Joe Nemechek in the 87 car. Row 17, it'll be John Andretti. He'll be starting next to Rookie of the Year contender Dale Earnhardt Jr. Row number 18 is going to be Ken Schrader. He's starting next to Jason Keller. Good to see Jason Keller making another race this season. Row number 19, we're going to see Ricky Craven. Craven won our second most recent short track race at Bristol. Is starting way in the back here today. Maybe, just maybe, we can see that 73 car pull off a good recovery drive here today. He'll be starting next to the 46 and Mike Bliss. Speaking of Sobco, in row number 20, we're going to see Bliss's teammate Jeff Green in the 49 car. He's starting next to Dick Trickle. Bliss and Green, the two cars that made the field for Sobco, they're the two cars lowest in points for that team. Yeah, they're the two who made the race. The 42 and the 40 failed to qualify. The load is on them this week for Sobco. Row number 21 will be Hermie Sadler starting next to Jerry Nadeau. Rounding out the field in row 22, we're going to see the number 90 of Kevin LePage.
And there's your field for today. We got some interesting things here, especially the DNQ list. We have some surprising entries. We were talking about Randy LaJoie, who making his return to Cup Series competition. But then we also have guys like Joe Ruttman, Todd Bodine, Sterling Marlin, and Ward Burton. This is Ward Burton's first DNQ of the year. It's really surprising that we see something like this happen so late into the year.
Yeah, it is definitely an odd thing, you know. You don't really expect to see the guys like this to fail to qualify this late in the season. Now, granted, maybe some stuff's going on behind the scenes. We're not really trying as hard for the rest of the season, but you still got to think, especially for someone like Bodine and Marlin, they're pretty low in points. 28 for Marlin, 33rd for Bodine. They're really not doing that great. Ward Burton, like you said, yet to miss a race. He was 25th in points. Randy LaJoie, really unfortunate for him. Ruttman was down in 30th in points. Dallenbach missed. Amick missed. Little. Spencer. Spencer's kind of surprising, I think, considering his teammate Kyle Petty starts up in 10th place here today.
That's actually the funny thing about Petty and Spencer. In this last half of the season, they've only qualified for the same race once. Every other time, it's been one or the other. So it seems that that team is just kind of bouncing around, still trying to get a feel for how to do it and trying to figure out exactly where do we best put our resources every day.
Start your engine!
They're going to have a chance here today to prove they're where they belong. Starting up in 10th place today, Michael, who are you picking today? We don't have a lot of time.
Oh boy, I'm definitely going for the 6 of Jeff Gordon. I've been saying it for weeks and weeks on end. Eventually, I'm going to be right. What about you, Darien?
I'm looking at the, I'm going to say the 77. Screw it.
Well, here we go. Green flag in the air. 175 laps to find out.
I think they're 3 wide in the back there.
They almost...
Oh, yes, they are. I don't know, they got out of it.
Managed to get themselves sorted pretty quickly. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, the leaders are side by side, drag racing it to the line, a little bit slower speeds. It is David Green who leads lap number 1.
Good start on the outside line from David Green, but Cope on the inside line through 1 and 2, finally get the run. Mike trying to clear on the exit of 3 and 4 here. Green still fighting back. Really good racing in the early going here for the race lead. You see Jeff Gordon right there in 3rd. Going to look to try and take advantage whenever given the opportunity. Cope leads that lap, but they are still battling tooth and nail on lap number 3.
And I think Derek Cope got a better run that time, but every single time he gets a better run through 1 and 2, Green responds with a good run down the backstretch into 3 and 4. But he's slowly losing time to the 3 car right now, and I think eventually, within the next few laps, we're going to see the 3 finally clear the 24.
You've got a battle there for third as well. Look at Harry Gant in the 28 trying to move up through the field. And Green will clear for the lead. Oh my goodness, what a run on the outside. And now here comes the 6 of Jeff Gordon. David Green leads at Martinsville from second on the grid, passing Derek Cope on the outside. And now Jeff Gordon going to try and move into second.
And I stand corrected on what I said. Apparently the outside is a little bit more stronger than I was giving it credit for. But as they go,
I don't think either of us were expecting that so early.
I know, I did. Yeah, that was very interesting to see how this track has developed. Or actually, you know, there was a bit of rain yesterday that kind of messed with the track surface a little bit. Track's dry now, of course, but it's amazing what happens when sometimes the grip on the inside line can sometimes be washed away by the rain.
Really is interesting when you think about it. You got a battle for fourth back there between Elliott and Gant. And it seems like Bill Elliott will get the advantage. Try and move past the 28 and Gant, but Gant's still fighting back. See Robbie Gordon, Bobby Hamilton, they're going to go at it behind for 6th place. And that's going to be an important battle for the championship because the more spots Hamilton can gain, the less points Cope is gaining.
There's the 77. He tried to dive down to the inside of the 10, but he was already way there, and the 77 had to back out a little bit, took that corner a bit wide. But I tell you, it's something to see on the speeds they're carrying through here. They're getting down to 63, 64 miles an hour through the corners, and then on the straightaway, they barely get up to past 100 miles an hour, resulting in some 22-second lap times.
Yeah, it's weirdly slow here today. I don't know what's going on. It might be that rain, like you said, but I was not expecting this. And you see Dale Sr. there trying to go on the outside of Bobby Labonte. This for 8th place. Trying to close in on the 10. As Hamilton is absolutely flying right now, trying to move into 5th, trying to get past Bill Elliott.
Looking to the inside there, it's Ford versus Ford, and another Ford ahead. Harry Gant in the 28 car tried to clear the 10. He does for now. 98 loses a spot to the 10, but he's going to try the crossover into turn 1. Side by side through the apex and out of turn 2 down the backstretch. They're still side by side. We'll see how Hamilton's able to hold in the corner. This is where the outside line tends to lose a little bit of speed. But not as much of a problem for Hamilton. He gets just right ahead of that 98 car that time around.
And you can see how far back they have fallen from the race leaders as well, about 1.5 seconds behind the 3 of Derek Cope. And you can see up front, Jeff Gordon all over the back bumper of the 24 of David Green here. May have a battle for the lead on our hands here at around lap 13.
We've seen the 24 and 6 race against each other a lot, which is really ironic considering that the 24 was Jeff Gordon's old ride up until 1997. But they've been pretty good up at the front and giving us some great competitive racing. And they're both relatively around the same spot in the points. Jeff Gordon currently 4th, continuing to climb up. The 24 car is 11th in points, with the 7th place at Dover last week.
Main difference between them, David Green yet to win this season, is the second highest driver in points without a win, the highest being Mark Martin. Green, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, only 2 is a bit surprising, along with 9 top 10s in the first 26 races. So it's not been a bad year by any means. You're not going to be 11 in points and have a bad season. It's surprising, though, to see the 24 for Hendrick be 11 in points, while the 5 car, Ron Hornaday's got 2 wins. Steve Park has 2 wins. The 24 and the 48, actually the 48 does have a win, I forgot about that. So David Green's the only one left this season yet to win at Hendrick Motorsports.
Definitely something to think about. I mean, he's got plenty of good finishes, but and he does have a second place this year. It was a while back at California, I believe. But still, he wants that win category, that win number 1 at the very least, alongside his name at the end of the year. But we're already seeing lap traffic.
You see that 49 of Jeff Green there, bit off the pace. Not exactly. This is a very bad weekend for Sobco, all things considered. You see the 27 just ahead, but this has been a struggle for Sobco all weekend.
They have not shown a lot of speed, and the cars who did make it, there were definitely a couple of guys here who are doing a little bit better at the tracks with slower speed instances like this. That seems to be the thing, is that when you have these slower speeds, you tend to get a little bit more, you tend to get a couple guys there who qualify better than you might initially expect. And it kind of jumbles up the order in a sense.
Yeah, most definitely. We saw it earlier this season with Donnie Neuenberger, this being the first race of the season he made back in the spring, but did not qualify here today. And, well, his spirit's kind of living on here in the 49 of Jeff Green, if that makes sense.
When we take a look back through the field right now, we're all pretty single file right now. Robbie Gordon in 7th, Dale Earnhardt up to 8th, Bobby Labonte 9th, and Steve Park rounding out your top 10. And the gap from 10th to 11th is about a whole extra second there. And there is a battle for 11th. Mark Martin to the inside of the 30 of Rusty Wallace.
Could be an important battle here, considering Green's leading this race, Martin and Green fairly close in the points, like I said. Martin in 9th, Green in 11th. Gap between them being about 100 points, 104 points, I believe, to be exact. Oh, wait, no, I miscounted on that, my bad. No, it's about 80 points between the two of them, so... Mark Martin obviously doesn't want to fall out the top 10 here, so he's going to try and do whatever he can, try and make up a bit more spots while David Green's leading this race, clicking away the laps. And also, I see right behind him, look at the 44, Matt Kenseth up here.
There's Kenseth. He's kind of been the odd man out of Penny Penske Enterprises this year. In that number 44 car, hasn't made the last 3 races, and I think they've kind of realized that the 44 is kind of research and development car. Not exactly the car you want to spend your rookie year in, but you get a lot of experience working with guys like Dale Earnhardt and Dale Jarrett.
Yeah, it's extremely important when you're a young driver like Kenseth working alongside 2 of the greats, and Jarrett and Earnhardt, sorry. Especially when Earnhardt's going for an 8th championship, he's really close to the points lead, so he's focused on that, but still good to learn off of him. And yeah, decent run here today for that 44 car right behind his teammate.
Yeah, following in the footsteps, quite literally, of that number 2 car, trying to get around the 4 car of Jeff Burton. Although it looks like through that corner, he's going to not be able to hold on to the spot now as to try to fend off the 9 car, Morgan Shepherd.
So it is lap 28 of 175 here at Martinsville. Still a long way to go here. We're about 11 minutes into our race here. We're down about 28 laps. We're in for a long one today, Michael.
Yeah, I think it's going to be much of a test for these drivers as it is, because it's always these kind of tracks which have always surprised me, is that you can get into these very long runs of this kind of repetitive motion and whatnot, and 9 out of 10 times you're able to do just fine with that. But it's going to be those times, the 1 out of 10 times, when you get out of your rhythm, when you start losing spots, when you start taking corners too wide. That's when things start getting interesting here.
Probably not expecting that until much later in the run. However, it's actually, I'm just noticing, Michael, we've missed a lead change. Jeff Gordon has taken the lead.
Oh my goodness, I did not even register that.
Shout out Fox Sports, baby, hell yeah.
Now look at there's a 24 battling back on the outside, trying to get his lead back. Not able to yet. Jeff Gordon clears them. But now here comes the 24 crossing over to the inside.
Here comes Derek Cope as well. He's right behind them in the 3, trying to close up as much as he can on these two fighting for the lead. And you see as well, the 28 and the 10 are able to close in as well a tiny bit, while these two go back and forth for the lead here at Martinsville.
And the 6 leads that time around on the outside lane. Almost clears the 24 that time, but the 24 gets a nose in. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they go. Absolutely drag racing it once again.
They are able to stay side by side for so long here. You know it's not good on the tires, especially when they're expected to go 65 laps or so. This could become a massive problem later in the run for these guys.
Looks to definitely be. I mean, one of the other things that's kind of holding them up as well is that lap car, the anticipation of where the 49 is going to go. Is he going to go high? Is he going to go low? And that's kind of influencing their decisions on what lane to choose. And you don't want to be in the wrong lane, because you're going to lose a ton of momentum if you catch that lap car at a wrong time, and then suddenly they get used as a pick, and now you've dropped 1-2 spots.
But the thing is, they're actually kind of falling off from the 49 here, probably because they're battling side by side like this. David Green is trying all he can. I don't think he led that lap, but it was extremely close. Green is trying his best to try and get past that 6 car.
Yeah, he's been holding very strong right now. So's the 6. They've both been doing very well. It's allowed the 3 to catch up. Maybe even allows the 28 and the 10, they were 2 seconds ahead of them a couple laps ago. Now it's down to 1.3 seconds and closing.
Yeah, they were down by about 2.7. It's 1.3 now. They are definitely closing. I wouldn't be surprised if probably by lap 45, if this is still going on, they're going to be there. And that could be a massive problem for these guys if their tires are in fact cooked.
Which is a unique challenge about this slower Martinsville that's come about from this, is that it is getting really difficult to get the power down, get enough momentum to get around a guy on either lane. And that's really going to be, I think, a challenge we're going to see continue to only increase as the rest of this race goes on.
Green led that lap, still trying to dive it in on the 6 of Jeff Gordon. And it seems like he's going to have it for a moment, but again, just Jeff Gordon's so much better on that outside line. And now here comes Harry Gant in the 28 inside the 3 as the battle's going all over here.
The whole top 5 is back together once again. Derek Cope, Harry Gant, they've caught the leaders, but now the question is, who do we go with? What lane do we choose? How can we get around these guys?
I don't think it matters what you choose. I think it matters what the other person chooses, because whatever they choose, you're going in the opposite lane. Whether willingly or unwillingly.
I think the guys who might appreciate this the most are the guys at the back half of the field. I don't know if we're going to see many cars go a lap down today if the leaders get stuck in situations like this.
I mean, it's just so difficult for them to pass. Like, you can't really blame them. Like, it's so difficult when you get the power down on the outside line. It just nullifies every advantage you have on the inside line. Makes it so difficult. And look how wide Gordon went that time. And Harry Gantz moved up to third, I believe, ahead of the 3. So now the 28's ahead. Gordon surging ahead on the outside. Still can't get clear of the 24, however.
If this was the last lap in the race and you were ahead by that small margin, you'd be hooping and hollering like, oh my goodness, this is a great time. But when you're trying to do this lap after lap and you're still not able to clear the guy on the inside, it's got to be infuriating for the 6.
It is absolutely infuriating. It's for both drivers, even, not even just Jeff Gordon. It's infuriating for David Green, because you got to think, as finally Gordon gets clear, you just spent so much time. You used to spend the last 10 laps side by side, and now your tires are absolutely cooked. It is not good.
And we'll see their lap times, I think. This is going to be the big telling difference. There's usually little variation in the laps here at Martinsville, but this might give us a little bit of a hint here. It was a 23.21 that time for Gordon, getting around the 24. 23.07 was a faster lap. 23.16, and then it's 23.2s and 3s through the top 7 here. So it's not as...
How much of that? The thing is, how much of that, though, is because of the fact the guys near the front have relatively clean air, comparatively, to those guys in the back.
Definitely very true. There's a 0.2 difference, and oh, hello, the 98 went way wide into the corner there. And I think he's going to lose the spot to the 43.
Earnhardt has to get under him here, but this is for 6th place. Earnhardt and Elliott. And, you know, it's a bit worrying if you're... Actually, I just noticed, yeah, it's worrying for both Cope and Earnhardt. They're lined up all together here behind Bobby Hamilton, the points leader, which is absolutely infuriating, I think, if you're Derek Cope or Dale Earnhardt, because you're so far back in the points, yet no matter what you do, he's always right in front of you.
Yeah, Hamilton has been on some other level, as we were talking about in the pre-race. 5 top 10s in a row, and 4 of them being third-place finishes. He's in 4th right now. It would not surprise me to think that he could get up to 3rd by the end of this. And when you're trying to win a championship against a guy like that, it is really, really difficult.
It's extremely difficult, you know, like... You've just got to think, no matter what you do, it just doesn't seem like it's working, because you can win the race, you can lead almost every lap. It's not going to matter that much in the grand scheme of things if the guy you're racing comes home 3rd with a lap left. Like, you're really not taking home that many points in comparison.
But here's a little wrench to throw into things. We've started to catch a lot more lappers, and the 6 is making a lot better work than he was earlier on.
I thought he was about to get wrecked by Trickle there. I can't even lie. That was smoke on the front straightaway. We are still green. I saw some tire marks there. I believe you saw it too. Seems like we've had a bit of an accident, but nothing enough to be deemed a caution, it seems.
Yeah, there's no reports of mechanical failures or caution not coming out, so I think whatever it was, it looks like it got resolved pretty quickly.
Someone may have got turned at the outside wall, but kept it straight, so that's why NASCAR decided to keep it green, as we glossed over the fact that Bobby Hamilton's made another move. He's up to 3rd place now. And I think if you're in the 24 or the 6, you're just hearing the Jaws theme at the back of your mind.
Oh man, there's gotta be something that, oh man, because you know that 10 car is strong. But you're also hoping he gets another 3rd place today, because then at least the 6 and the 24 can keep their spots. There's the 28 and the 3. Trying to get around the 49 car right now. Diving down to the inside of the lappers, and it looks like they're going to be able to clear them pretty well. 27 of Dick Trickle slots in behind the 10 car there. David Green, we're trying to get around Jason Keller, and Jeff Gordon has got John Andretti, the second RCR car. Trying to put him a lap down. He is in 40th position.
Oh! You saw it too, right? That was close. 119 laps to go here at Martinsville. And Jeff Gordon leading the way. Jason Keller got a good push from David Green. As you can see up ahead, you can see the 48 car at risk of going a lap down here. That is surprising, I think.
Very surprising. You know, it seems kind of rare to have a Hendrick car so far back in the field. I mean, we've seen it on occasion, but it's still just a jarring thing to see, especially when Dale Earnhardt is 15th in Dale Jr. That is in 15th in points.
Yeah, you do not expect a Hendrick car to be this far down in the standings in a race, down in 39th, and at risk of going a lap down as Jeff Gordon gets past John Andretti, putting 2 lap cars between him and David Green. Green might be under pressure, though. Watch the 10 of Hamilton. He could make a move at any moment.
Actually went a little bit wide that corner. He's got the 28 of Harry Gant trying to get some sort of run. Not able to. There's a 10 looking for the run on the 24. To the inside he goes.
He just dive bombed it. Of course, why not? Screw it. Who gives a damn?
It's Bobby Hamilton. I think he wants to win a championship.
What else can you do? And here's someone like Cope and Earnhardt just watching moves like that has to be disheartening. Hamilton is absolutely in the zone. He is moving and grooving and up into second place.
10 car, about 1.5 seconds behind the 6. He's got 2 lappers in between them. But that 6 car continues to pull away.
That 10 has the pace, though. He is flying right now in that Thunderbird.
And up here, the other Ford Thunderbird, Jeff Gordon, now catching the 48. And then also as well, there's a 6-7 cars in this group. We've got Kevin LePage, Jerry Nadeau, Ken Schrader, Kevin Harvick, Hermie Sadler, amongst others. Shout out for the 70 of Jerry Nadeau, by the way. Making another start for the first time in a bit. For Jasper, in that second car for Jasper Motorsports. It's a bit farther down in points. This is his second race in a row which he's made. He finished 39th at Dover. Currently 37th right now, trying to best that spot, even if just by a little. There's the 6 car looking to the inside of the 48. Trying to get him 1 lap down, and he's going to do it. Dale Jr. not putting up much of a fight against that one. I don't think he really can, considering how well his car has been pacing. To end up all the way back here so far. Lap number 65 of 175. We still have 100 laps to go.
110 laps to go even. This is a long, long way to go. Yet to see our first pit stop either. We're kind of expecting it any moment now, I would think. So, could be within the next, anywhere between 1 and 10 laps, I believe, we could see cars starting to come on down.
I have a feeling we might even see them later, that with these slow speeds, it's done a little bit better in terms of fuel conservation.
Well, yes, but you also got to think maybe the tires are being worn out all this side by side, you know? Because that's a lot going on there. as we have a battle there for 5th place with Cope and Earnhardt. That could be for 2nd in the championship, even.
Now let's take a look there. It's only 6 points separating the 3 and the 43 right now. So, plus 1 spot should be about 4 points. 3-4 points. And then if the 43 of Dale Earnhardt can clear another car, then I think he'll take 2nd.
Gap has gone down to under a 2nd between Gordon and Hamilton. Hamilton has been moving quite a bit in that 10 car. He's now getting clear of the 31 of Andretti, trying to close down the 48. Gordon has cleared the 90 of LePage, and now is going to look to make a move on, I believe, Jerry Nadeau.
He's got Nadeau and Schrader battling side by side with each other, which is going to definitely hold up the 6, as we've seen when 2 cars get side by side here at Martinsville. And they go and sort themselves right out. 94 Ken Schrader gets a little bump. And Jeff Gordon's trying to clear these cars in a hurry, because that 10 is getting larger and larger in the mirror.
Hamilton is absolutely moving, like we said. Now only 2. Well, it's always been. Oh, it might be 3 wide behind them. That was close with the 31, 48, and 24. Earnhardt Jr. almost got forced up the track by the 31. That would have possibly ended in a disaster.
Yeah, Martinsville is a track that does not lend itself kindly to 3 wide. So if you see that, expect trouble. And there's the 10, Bobby Hamilton, trying to give a little hint to the 90. Maybe he should get out of the way so he can clear him. But the 10 not able to clear the 90 just yet.
He's trying his best to make a move. It's just the 90 is doing a fantastic job at blocking, much to his dismay.
Yeah, the 10's all over the back bumper of the 90 car right now, but he is not moving up the track. So, unlike other cars we've seen so far. And the gap now between the 6 and the 10 can increase once again.
Back up to over a 2nd. Makes me almost wonder if the tires are starting to die on that 10 car really bad, as he is struggling now to make a move on the 90 of LePage.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. 1.3 seconds of fall off we've seen from their fastest lap so far, which I think has given us an indicator that, like, yeah, it's 1.3 seconds, but that means a lot more here as the 6 car goes way wide. He went way wide.
That could be big.
He maintains the gap, though, ahead of the 94.
And finally to the inside of the 90, it seems. Gonna finally bring it down to just 1 car between him and Jeff Gordon, as there's a battle in front of Gordon between Harvick and Nadeau.
Nadeau on the inside, Harvick on the outside. Jeff Gordon also in the high lane. Starting to think, are the tires starting to go on the 6 car as well? He's running about the same lap times as the 10. Very similar scenario. So I'm starting to think the wider corners he's taken are not by choice.
Oh, here comes the 10! Down the inside of the 94, Schrader! What a move by Hamilton! Going full on attack, trying to close in on the 6. Less than 100 laps to go at Martinsville, and now Hamilton is in striking distance of the race lead. He's going to be side by side of Gordon, heading down the back straightaway here at Martinsville.
He was there again. The 6 got wide through the corner, and he's able to gather it back up. But if he keeps doing that, that's just leaving the door wider and wider open for the 10 car. The 94 and the 90 battle side by side. a lap down in 437th. We're seeing, is a car going to pit road? That was the 2 car on pit road. Oh, Johnny Benson Jr. is also
here we go.
Here come the pit stops. Lap number 80, the
Lap
43.
number 80.
Dale Earnhardt in.
This could be huge in the race. 36 is in 1173, 1. A lot of cars now coming into the pits here on lap 81.
And there's the 10 following suit with the 6.
24
Oh,
also
we
in.
got a
The 3 is
caution.
in.
We got a caution.
Kidding me? Can we stop the cautions on the pit cycle for the love of God?
No, says the field. Harry Gant, your leader that time.
Oh, that is awful luck for all 4 of the leaders. They might get trapped a lap down here potentially. Gant's gonna get to come down into the pits for free.
And now we gotta take a look back and figure out what caused this caution. So here's the 30 car of Rusty Wallace. He's coming off the pit road. And the 5 is trying to join in at the same time, and Rusty just missed.
Damn! That didn't look pleasant. That is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen, but that looked like it hurt.
I mean, I gotta think that I'm starting to think, was he worried about the 5 there? But he took the wrong lane to choose if he was worried about the 5 might hit him. Oh, and then we saw the 90 car. Hold on a second.
Oh, yeah.
Further back, the 90 just got loose off the 94. Wasn't an incident, really,
Maybe
but...
just possibly because of the pace car coming out, caught him off guard, wasn't expecting it, caused him to check up, got him into the 94. Really nothing doing there.
And as we head back to live here, well, we've had another wrench thrown into things today. Oh boy, this is going to get messy.
Under
94 cars stalled.
100. Oh, what the?
94 is just
That's a problem.
stuck.
Well, we'll get everything sorted out here. We're under 100 laps to go at Martinsville. You don't want to miss this. Still another pit stop to come. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another thing like this, but there's only one way you'll find out. That's by tuning on and back in. We'll be back here at Martinsville.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 1997 NR 2003 Draft Series from Martinsville, lap number 86 of 175. We've got a lot of cars single file here. A couple of lappers going down to the inside right now. Your leader is the 28 of Harry Gant from the end of the pit cycle. The 98 of Bill Elliott in second, Steve Park third, Jeff Gordon fourth, Mark Martin fifth. So the leaders are still relatively up here at the front, but they've got a lot of extra cars in front of them.
Look who's up here, Michael, by the way. The 46, Mike Bliss, is up here. 26, Jeremy Mayfield, as we are about to go back to green here at Martinsville. That was quick.
It's amazing. They can get things really sorted out when they want to sometimes.
Oh, 22 already on the inside. Mark Martin going to try and make a lot of moves here quickly.
He's got to try to get around. He's got to push those 3 lappers to the inside of the 28. Not let the 28 or the 98 get to the inside before he can. There's a 49. Jeff Green trying to get his lap back. So there's a 27 and Dick Trickle. Ken Schrader as well on the inside.
Whoa, Schrader. He was going to try and clear the 25. There was not a hole there.
Now there's a gap forming right here. The 98 might have a chance to get down to the inside here if he can get ahead of the 94, but the 94 sends it in. So let's see what the 98...
And great move by Schrader to get it down in there.
Oh, they're 3 wide.
Elliott still can't... Oh, no, that's not going to end well. That's 3 wide for position 2. Bliss, Park, and Gordon.
Mike Bliss backs out.
Oh, goodness.
We can all breathe a sigh
Smart
of relief.
decision from Bliss. And Mark Martin on the inside now of Ken Schrader. He is up to 3rd place and is rapidly closing on the 98 and the 28. Can this be the day Mark Martin finally gets his first win of 1997?
They were 3 wide for a second there. Once again, though, they sorted out. They understand how terrifying 3 wide can get here. And up front, neither Gant nor Elliott has been able to get back down to the inside. But those 2 lappers are still there. Mark Martin still has to clear them both. Might be really easy for turns 1 and 2.
He is so close. He is so close to getting this done. Just needs a bit more time. It is lap 92 of 175. Still a lot of racing to go. And Martin's going to move up, but Schrader blocks him off again.
Oh no, I think I see what he's doing. He's going intentionally way high, entering the corner so he can dive down through and get a better run turns 1 and 2. I think that's one of the reasons why turns 1 and 2 has been so good for the inside lane as the 30's gone around.
Whoa! Look out! Oh, Rudy!
Oh, and we got a caution again.
Oh, goodness me. Well, that could be a problem.
We'll take a look back and see what got the 30 around. It's the 30 and the 5 again. This is the second time they've encountered each other. And the 5 just dumps the 30.
What was Hornaday doing? Bro just said explode. I don't know. Like, what in the world was that? Hornaday just had enough of Rusty Wallace, I guess. Lap number 95 of 175 here at Martinsville.
We'll be right back for the restart right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1997 NR2003 Draft Series, and we're coming back to a replay of what happened under caution. The Jack Sprague and the 25 of Steve Park just got too close together, and Park got into the wall.
Yeah, I think that was the thing of Jack Sprague wanting to come out into the pits, and Steve Park trying to exit the pits, and just came together. Nothing you can really... Oh, you also see there was a moment with Dale Earnhardt and Ron Hornaday as well, right in front of them. You see also Bobby Labonte, Ricky Craven having a bit of a problem. So just a massive mess all around on pit road here. And as you can see on the ticker here, that is not a joke. It is, in fact, Jerry Nadeau leading the race right now at Martinsville.
Yes, indeed, that is the case. We'll head back up to our leader, that is Jerry Nadeau. A little bit surprising, considering the fact we almost saw him go a lap down earlier in this race. But he is leading right now. The 2 car is in second, and then it's Gant, Elliott, Martin, and David Green, the familiar faces up front. So we'll see how the 70 and the 2, what they're doing. Are they on a different strategy? Did the pit stops just befit them better? We'll see how this plays out. So we go back green, lap number 99 of 175.
That inside line did not go.
Not really. Look at that. The back half of the... There's about 8 cars up here, and then they're getting really strung out already.
87. 87, Joe Nemechek really slow. That's bad.
Yeah, look at the gap forming right now. Mark Martin was able to clear them.
That has caused...
Oh, Nemechek's coming to pit road.
Oh, yep, okay. Yep. Probably for the best. And now they're going to be 3 wide. Oh, no.
Oh, I see a lot of cars 3 wide. I saw the 44 on pit road as well. But 3 wide right here. Kyle Petty in the middle of it all. Between the 90 and the 82.
Sadler's going to clear. Petty backs out. Thank goodness.
And there's Dale Earnhardt.
And you see
Earnhardt came to pit road.
What in the world? Oh, no. Now they're 3 wide.
8 seconds.
What is happening?
2 tires stopped. 87 coming back out right now. Strategy has really thrown things for a loop here. They are 3 wide. Dale Earnhardt is trying to get around
leader,
Schrader.
Dale Jarrett.
Everything is happening this caution.
So Jarrett now leads over Jerry Nadeau. And Nadeau goes way wide. Here comes the 28 of Harry Gant. Gonna try and move back into 2nd place. Gant gonna run. Nadeau stays in 2nd.
That's allowing the 2 to get a little bit of a pull away. And remember look at that. A gap is forming there. There's the 22, the 24, 46, and the 6. But beyond 10th on back, it is a big gap to 11th.
It is a complete dogfight there in the back of the field. Actually, not even the back of the field, it's the midfield. But it is a complete mess back there.
And it's
as
a mess
the
up
top
here.
10 break away. Yeah, it's starting to become one. 22, 98, 24, and 5 altogether. So this is just a massive kerfuffle going on with 70 laps to go here at Martinsville.
It doesn't matter if you think it's going to be normal. It is not normal. That's what we've kind of found here sometimes in Martinsville. Look at that. To Dale Jarrett. 8 tenths of a second gap over the 70 and Nadeau. Nadeau's trying to close him back in, but he's also trying to hold off the 28 of Harry Gant. Side by side are the 5 and the 22. This is for 5th position.
And Hornaday, easy move on the outside line. You gotta think that 5 car is fast, but that's not even 4th position.
No, he's in 30th right now. With an update on that through the field, 28 cars on the lead lap, and you got Nemechek 2 laps down, Rusty Wallace 3 laps down, but nobody's out of it. So all 43 cars still racing at the end of 109 laps so far. And Ricky Rudd isn't in 4th position either. He's in 31st.
That is massive considering he's just coming off of a couple big wins, you know. Got the win back at New Hampshire a couple weeks ago. And he won at Dover, won back-to-back.
Oh,
so this is not a good run. Oh.
But yeah,
it's just a massive mess right now.
Yeah, and here's the really telling thing about it is that, Rudd's won the last 2 races, but the guy he's racing for in points, Jeff Gordon's 4th in points, Rudd is 5th, but Gordon's on the lead lap. Ricky Rudd is ahead of him, but he's a lap down. Not a very good sign right now if Rudd wants to stay in the top 5. Oh, the 4. Look how wide the 6 and the 4 are going.
They're just doing whatever they can to get a run. As we shift attention back to the front, just for a brief moment here, Dale Jarrett has pulled out to a 1.7 second lead Actually, it just went down to 1.5 seconds over Jerry Nadeau. So Nadeau's holding strong in the second position, and now Jarrett's caught the lap traffic, so maybe there's a chance for Nadeau yet to still win this race.
There may be. We'll have to see how the 2 Adele Jarrett does getting around this lap traffic. There, he gets around the 16 of Mike McLaughlin to put him a lap down in 28th position. Question is I think the 2 and the 70.
Oh, battle for second.
Oh, there's Gant to the inside
Harry
of the 70.
Gant and Nadeau side by side for second. And it seems like it'll be an easy move for Harry Gant to move up to second place.
Curious to see which other of the stronger cars are able to get their way through as well. I mean, we have the 98 of Bill Elliott and then the 24 of David Green. The other cars in the top 5. They still have a couple lappers to try to work their way through, though.
Yeah, 37, Johnny Benson, 5, Ron Hornaday. Jarrett's still struggling to put the 16 a lap down, but the gap's still increasing because of the battle of Nadeau and Gant, and Nadeau trying to crossover on Harry Gant. He wants to stay in the second spot. But now he's going to have to yield.
Not able to make that pass stick. Hello, Bill Elliott.
Oh!
Puts a 37 wide. The 5 is right underneath and 3 wide there. 98 right in the thick of it. 24 trying to scoot on by, avoid all this. 37 has to back out.
Oh my goodness. I did not think that was going to end well for anyone involved.
Somehow
that looked like a wreck waiting to happen.
And yet somehow we're still good throughout all of it. And it looks like finally Jarrett might be able to clear McLaughlin. Maybe.
So now I'm starting to shift my thoughts to, they pit around lap 90, right? At least we know for sure for most of the field. We don't know about the 2 and the 70. Maybe they got lucky with how it cycled out the stop-go man. But you gotta think that's extremely close. Lap 95 is really close to making it to the end. So there's a chance we don't need to make another pit stop. But if they do, it'd be around lap 170.
That's pushing it really close. I mean, it is possible to get enough fuel and tires to save for the end of that, but that's running really close. If it doesn't work out, it's going to be extremely detrimental, especially when you have so many cars still on the lead lap like you do right now.
Gap is down to 1.2 between Jarrett and Gant. Nadeau's fallen even farther back, and now he's fallen behind Ron Hornaday. Hornaday again a lap down in 30th place. As Jarrett cannot pass Mike McLaughlin. McLaughlin is absolutely defending like his life depends on it right now.
Yeah, he does not want to go a lap down. McLaughlin's actually coming off a little bit of a slump. Yeah, he did get a 11th place at New Hampshire 2 weeks ago, but that's sandwiched between 2 BNQs. So he's trying to go and continue to boost his racing resume as what looks likely to be a potential full-time ride next year. Because remember, he's still in tryouts. He was here to replace the 87 of Joe Nemechek when he was injured, and then he took over that ride from Butch Gilliland. So he's still kind of in a, I think he's still in a bit of a tryout phase, in essence. So he's got to make the most out of every week. And if he can hold off the leader like this, that's always a good sign for him.
Most definitely. See the gap again, 1.25 seconds between the 2 and the 28. Harry Gant trying to do whatever he can to close in and past the 2 of Dale Jarrett. Gant is currently 17th in points, no wins, 4 top 5, 6 top 10s, and he's even DNQ'd a race back at Willow Springs. So it's been a rough go relatively for Harry Gant, even though he's 17 points, you know.
Yeah, it's a very up and down kind of year for that 28 car. I mean, when you think about it, he's had a bit of a shakeups. He's got his teammate as the 5 goes underneath him, not for position, but the 9 car Morgan Shepherd is up there, won a few races, currently sitting 8th in points. Meanwhile, the 88, his other teammate, has been seeing 2 different drivers. First Toshio Suzuki, who was performing pretty poorly in that car, and then Lake Speed, who's still trying to find his footing. So that's kind of overall matched a little bit of the tempo that Robert Yates has had outside of Morgan Shepherd this year. It's just been a lot of inconsistency, which is really not fun, because sometimes you're able to figure out what you did wrong, and other times you just don't know what went wrong or what went good sometimes. But there's one thing I want to point out here. Speaking of the 9 car Morgan Shepherd, he's caught these lappers at the back half of the field. Remember, he started up in the front. He started up in the front behind the pace car, but he was not on. But he was on the tail end of the lead lap. He's caught 4 of these cars already and is slowly making his way back up through the field. He's up to 23rd now.
Very impressive drive out of Morgan Shepherd, all things considered. It's not a great result on paper, but, you know, being able to drive like that is really impressive. And we've seen it this season. He is a definite championship contender in that 9 car, so Shepherd can definitely wheel that thing.
He hasn't won in a while. In fact, his only 2 wins on the year are Martinsville and Willow Springs, which occurred in the first half of the year. So even if it's not a win today, he's still been consistent enough. You know, hasn't had a finish outside the top 20 since Indianapolis about 7 races ago. So strong showings there, as the 16 of Mike McLaughlin has caught the 72 of Kyle Petty and is breaking away from the 2.
But the 2 is also broken away from the 28. The gap now 2.2 seconds. And the gap back to Jerry Nadeau, 4.7 seconds.
Oh, and
as he's under pressure from David Green.
Green's going to get by the 70, 4th, 3rd. Help from the 73 of Ricky Craven, who's also a lap down.
This is going to be a day for David Green where you're going to look at it and just be like, how? So close yet again, and yet it just seems like it's once again going to go the way of the bird for David Green.
And with how many top 10s he's had this year, it's one of those things that probably just stacks up and up. But I mean, sometimes the best you can do is just keep a hold of it like this. Once again, you know, maybe pray for a caution or something. But even still, he still would be the highest finishing Hendrick driver were the race to end right now. So
yeah, it's definitely a great thing, don't get me wrong, but when you lead, like, effectively most of the first 80 laps, and then you're just a non-factor for the win for the rest of it, it's gotta be hard, you know? Especially considering Dale Jarrett, who's leading this race, he's gonna have the most wins in the series after today. He's got 3 wins already on the season. This would be number 4 for Jarrett, his first since he went back-to-back at Michigan and California. So, as we see Jerry Nadeau under heavy pressure, falling back behind the 4 of Jeff Burton, and now might fall at the top 5 here at the hands of Bill Elliott.
Yeah, Nadu has not been able to keep up with the 2. And that's what's really showing right now. He's got 3 cars stacked up behind him. Ricky Rudd, Mark Martin. These are the tail end of a lot of single file cars. This is where we start getting a lot more double file. There's a 25 and the 46. Number 25 hit the pit wall. And he's running 9th right now still.
And this is the battle for 9th too with Mike Bliss, so, you know, fair play to both of them. Especially for Mike Bliss, Sopka's had a horrendous weekend. So to turn it around into a potential top 10 is really, really good for that 46 team.
It would be Mike Bliss's only his 2nd top 10 of the year. The first one he got was the 7th at North Carolina. That was the 2nd race of the year.
Yeah, and here we are, race number 27. You know, it's been 25 races since that race. So you know they've been hungry all season long. Might just get that chance, as he's up to 8th place, actually, I'm just now seeing. Derek Cope
Hey, the
into
2
10th,
car's gone to pit road.
ahead of the 30. Wait, what?
The 2 car has gone to pit road. And the 28 has taken over the lead.
Nadu, look out, buddy.
Yeah, I'd start being concerned right now.
Oh, God.
He's right there by the 2.
Well, now you also got to think that 2's going to be really quick here, but how much time did he really lose in comparison?
He got a little bit of a bump there from the 70. We'll see how good the 2 car is. Oh, there's the 70 coming in now.
Oh, no, there goes Nadu! No!
And there's the end of the
Oh, man.
fun the 70 had.
That was a fantastic run for a little while there from Jerry Nadu.
But now your leader is Harry Gant.
And look it! David Green is there!
He's caught right up to him.
Oh my goodness, this is not over, actually! 30 laps to go, and we have a battle for the win yet again!
Harry Gant looking for his first win of 1997. So is the 24, David Green.
Green's not just looking for the first win of the season, he's looking for the first win of his career, Michael. This would be a huge day for David Green, should it go his way. But the question is actually, can everyone else make it? Because that was about 30 laps too early that we were expecting. If we were expecting the 2 in the 70th pit, I was thinking lap 155 to 160.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, oh, Craven. Craven got into the back of the 24 there, almost got him a little bit sideways. But if I'm the rest of the field, I'm starting to wonder, are we going to have to pit soon?
Like I said, under 30 laps to go, and now the race is on yet again. Here comes Jeff Burton starting to close back in that 4 car. But does anyone have the fuel or the tires to make it to the checkered flag here at the end?
One of the telling things last time was the lap time. We were seeing about 1.3 seconds of fall off from your fast times before you started to come to pit road again. Harry Gant ran a 23.45 that time by, which is almost there at a second. 7/10.
7/10 off his best. And
it's 9/10 for the
now
24.
you just gotta wonder. You just gotta wonder, can you really make this? This is 25 laps to go now. I'm starting to doubt they can make it, Michael. And if they can't, if everyone does have to come back down, what about the 2 and the 70? What about if a caution could come out again? This is still nowhere close to being done, maybe.
I'm almost, you could almost convince me to think that someone could win this race coming down pit road with the right pit stall. That'll be a day
Absolutely
if that
could happen. Shout out Michael Schumacher.
Look at that. The 73 got around the 28. Forced him up to the outside, and David Green is right there. Literally right there.
And so is the 4 and the 2. Jarrett, who's a lap down, he is back. He just sent it. He's trying to get his lap back.
So those new tires are definitely helping the 2 car right now. As he tries to get around these 2 leaders, get his lap back. He doesn't mind turning people low. The 24's into the wall. I think that was a bit uncalled for.
No caution. We stay green, and David Green, his chances might be done with that. Oh my goodness.
And Harry Gant got that message very quickly. Went right to the outside, let the 2 on by.
I am stunned. Unbelievable. What in the hell was that? Jeff Burton now in second place. He's got a great chance at this one still. He is right behind the 28 of Harry Gant. Less than 20 to go. Can Jeff Burton get the run? And I believe this would be win number 3 on the year for Burton. Yes, it would. It would be win number 3 on 1997 for the 4 team.
That was a very interesting change to the complexion of this race. Now here comes Jeff Burton, though. Looking to the inside of Harry Gant, and the 24 is caught back up. Look at that.
Under a second for Green. Jeff Burton will take the lead with no problems. Harry Gant might be cooked here. This is unbelievable.
The 24 is doing absolutely fine for someone who ended up in the wall. There's the 28, goes way wide. It's going to be a good chance now. 4 trying to break away.
I take back what I said about David Green. He still has a chance.
There's a
15 laps to go when they get to the line. Oh, wait, here we go again.
Looking for an opportunity. Can he get one into turn 1? That's a great run through.
This is unbelievable. He's there. He might have it. No, he doesn't. Musgrave holds him up. I cannot believe this. This is fantastic racing here in Martinsville for the win. The question still remains, though, can they make it to the end on fuel and tires? 14 to go. Jeff Burton now with a lap car between him and Harry Gant.
Yeah, Burton's got a little bit of distance there. That last lap around as he's going to the inside of the 26 of Mayfield to put him a lap down. Musgrave stays between him and the 28. David Green, who caught right back up, he's still trying to clear the 72 car.
So Green is still struggling. That damage on the left side may be causing some problems, but he does finally get past the 72. But now he's going to cruise back into the 28. The 28 has to pass the 38 and the 26. You want to even get a shot at Jeff Burton.
Yeah, Jeff Burton's really picked things up in the last few laps here. And notice, the cars in front of them, none of them include the 2. How far up is the 2? He's about to pass Morgan Shepherd for 16th.
Oh my goodness.
That's not enough for the race, but that is still very impressive for that 2 car.
Down the inside, he'll have a run, and it should be no problem to get past the number 9. Up in the 16.
So we head back to our leaders now.
Green up to second. We're fighting for second at least. Here comes the 98.
And also, I'm looking at the top 10 in 6th place. Elliott Sadler in the 82 car.
When did he get here?
The same time the 10 dropped the 10th.
Green up to second place ahead of Harry Gant. But Burton still making moves on lap cars. Now on the inside of the number 11 of Mike Skinner. Less than 10 to go.
168 of 175. And the 4 is in heavy lap traffic right now. But he's got 3 cars between him and the 24.
The 24 can't really get a good run either. It's so
the 4
difficult.
went wide.
Oh,
Through the corner.
oh, look out. I go 3 wide.
Here
Look
comes the
out.
11 to the 26. Not able to get runs down the backstretch.
No.
And the 4 avoids disaster.
Oh my goodness, that would have been awful for Jeff Burton. Green is now past the 38.
Now trying to pass the 26.
He's gonna take 26. 6 laps to go. Can Green actually get there in the end? Burns up high. Here comes Skinner. Five to go.
Can he keep that train of lap cars on the inside enough to keep the 4 on the outside? Oh, the 11 held him up a little bit.
I think he just moved him. He just moved the 11. He is doing whatever he can. 4 laps to go here in Martinsville. And Jeff Burton's back to clear of Jason Keller. But it's now only 1 lap car between him and David Green.
There's still a couple lappers battling ahead. Jack Sprague, Kevin Harvick, Hermie Sadler, Dick Trickle about to go another lap down. Still no signs of anybody having to go to pit road just yet. So they might be good. The 4 car on the inside. He's cleared the 27. David Green is pushing Jason Keller. Trying to find some way around him. But they are down to 2 laps to go now. And the 24's on the outside.
I think that's going to do it there, Michael. Till round 3 and 4, Jeff Burton has done everything he can do absolutely perfectly. David Green tries you might. Not going to be your day. 1 to go here in Martinsville for Jeff Burton. It'll be win number 3 for 1997 for him. Win number 4 for Morgan McClure. And as they round 3 and 4, it'll be Jeff Burton in the number 4. He will win here in Martinsville at the Haynes 500. What a race, what a finish.
Great run for that 4 car, and we did see 1 car did run out of fuel at the end. That was the 16 of Mike McLaughlin. We saw him on pit road. but everyone else managed to hang on. David Green, though, finishes second after ending up in the wall. That was 2 Hendrick cars who ended up in the wall.
Yeah. That was the most impressive recoveries I've ever seen out of David Green. You immediately thought it was over for him after that. And he turned it around and managed to come on back and finish in second place. A fantastic drive for David Green. Led so many laps, but in the end, just not enough. Your top 10 from today's race. It'll be Jeff Burton, David Green, Harry Gant, Bill Elliott. Elliott Sadler gets a top 5. Fantastic run for that 82 team. Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, Bobby Hamilton extends the points lead as Derek Cope is in 9th, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes home in 10th. After last time we saw him, he was 39th.
That is a heck of a recovery there for the 48 car. And shout out, of course, to Mike Bliss with the 11th place finish. Something that Sobco team has really needed. One finish, though, that was not needed, I believe, is the 43 of Dale Earnhardt Sr., who's finished 32nd on the day.
Oh. Michael, I don't like getting too ahead of myself, but we have 5 races left in the season, with both Cope and Hamilton finishing in the top 10 here today. Dale Earnhardt's going to need a miracle if he wants to take home an 8th championship by the time we get to Atlanta.
His championship hopes are definitely in dire straits right now. What a turnaround from what it's been. But beyond that, though, this was certainly a race with a lot of twists and turns in it.
It most definitely was a very fun race, like I said, here at Martinsville. I don't think we really expected today to be that special when we came into here. We were both expecting probably one of the, not exactly a fantastic race, but what we got here was one of the better races we've had in 1997. Very fun overall here today. And Michael, next week, Charlotte.
Oh boy, that's going to be a fun test for everyone. Taking a look ahead there, that was where Steve Park got his first win this season and the first of his career. You definitely see one of those outside contenders, somebody like, David Green or Mark Martin even, get that first time win. Charlotte is one of those tracks that can provide one of those surprising finishes. But it's going to be a fun one, I think, no matter who wins it. And that will do it from here. What a race here at Martinsville for Darien Arnsdorff. I'm Michael Paz. This is the Draft Series. So long from the Haynes 500. We'll see you all next week at Charlotte. Bye-bye.